All right, guys, Mr. Brian and Mr. Howie here. We're gonna go over our, let's restart that real quick. All right, guys, Mr. Brian and Mr. Howie here. We're gonna go over our curriculum and our techniques for this testing cycle. This is our superfoot block, so we get to do some really cool combinations. Ms. Cora is showing our boxing combinations, and Mr. Howie and I are gonna show our kickboxing. Okay, so everything we're gonna do today, we will be throwing some punches, but it's gonna be really focused on our superfoot techniques, right? So it's part of our striking lineage here at Forza, right? So Mr. Howie and I both have superfoot black belts. Ms. Cora has superfoot black belt. So that's an influence on what we do. So we're really gonna break the techniques down for you, and you'll be going over them all throughout this cycle. That's what we're gonna be covering, and then we'll be testing on that. And it's stuff that we work on all the time, our side kick, round kick, and hook kick, okay? So first off, let's go over our stance, because our sort of boxing and kickboxing stance that's here, where I can shoot for takedowns, I can throw kicks, punches, knees, elbows. It's different when we use our superfoot stance. Our superfoot stance is a little longer range techniques. The side kick's long range technique, okay? And what we do is we turn sideways, okay? So Mr. Howie, show us a good superfoot stance real quick. Just kind of face the, yeah, nice. We'll get you to do some different profiles. That's good. So if I move around and think I'm in front of you here, and I'm gonna be personal, Mr. Howie, you just kind of bounce with me. Nice, okay? So we need to stay sideways on this. So that might be one of the difficult things about adding this in if this is newer to you. So we're going over the beginner techniques, but that's beginners and above, right? So all the intermediates, advanced, in our junior black belts, they have to show this stuff too, right? So we want you to get, your head wrapped around it as well. So when I'm in this side stance, we call this a cross guard. It's like when we throw our tie kick, right? We do our cross guard right there. So what we're gonna be doing from our superfoot stance is we're gonna be taking our thumb and putting it on our shoulder in front here, all right? This hand, when I go to jab, I wanna come forward with my jab a little bit. So again, we're using this from further out. We're stepping with our jab essentially every time this cycle with our combos, okay? So we're out of range to get kicked. That's why we can be sideways. We don't wanna be standing in front of somebody, letting them kick our leg like this. We need to be a little further away, all right? So when I step in, I can lean forward like this. Okay, so as I do my superfoot jab, it comes down here from in my pocket, right? Almost like I'm pulling something out of my pocket and then up, right? So there's a little upward start with it right there, right? So we want to lean forward with that jab, and we can do that in combination, okay? So one of our combos is a triple jab. We see it a lot of different ways, and for your boxing perspective, you need to know how to do that, and you know how to follow up with it. For setting up our kicks, we're gonna do a single then double from this side stance. And every time we jab, we're gonna step, okay? So Mr. Howie, give me a good superfoot stance, okay? So just give me a single jab, boom, with a step, nice. And then give me a double, boom, boom, nice. Then turn out, single then double, boom, 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 nice, good again. Good, one more. Very good. What I really like there is when you were throwing the double, right? So if you're gonna throw two lows, so there's a low jab, it's coming from low, another low jab, but you come back to your face when you throw that next one, right? You don't have to go back down every time, so that's a really good habit, okay? So just being able to step on our jab, being able to throw it from a little bit further away, from a side stance, and then from this sort of cross guard, right? So this hand, we call this a windshield wiper, right? When we're in our side stance, right? I may go into more of a catcher's mitt here. I may be cross guarding here. Depends on what I'm needing to do, but it's not difficult for me to come across and block with that hand, okay? So maybe new for some of you. If you're an advanced rank, you've definitely done some of this stuff, okay? Now, from the boxing perspective also, we have a unique kind of hook in the superfoot system. A lot of you know how to do what we call a fade. It's a pivot step footwork, right? So lots of different pivots in your footwork, but this one, I go here and I fade out. So imagine doing that while you're punching with the hook, okay? So if I go jab, cross here, boom, turning sideways, okay? So from the side stance, that's gonna look like this. Jab, cross, hook, okay? So again, jab, cross, hook. Now, we're just gonna shadow box that a little bit the same way, right? And again, the whole idea is whether we do it from a front stance or whether we do it from a side stance, is that we turn out with the hook. Because, you know, Bill Wallace has a saying, hey, if you want to side kick him, get sideways. You know, a lot of times when you see him box, he'll be doing like you're gonna see Miss Cora doing, just a pop, 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 right? Like he is in a front stance, and then when he's boxing, he turns sideways to get in position for the kick. So let's just practice that turnout hook, and then we'll use that a little later to get sideways for the side kick, okay? So Mr. Howie, just kind of, you know, just be nice and loose and relaxed. If you're in the front stance, sometimes that's okay. It's all about the turnout hook more than the super foot stance on this, all right? So give me that jab, cross, turnout hook. Boom, 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 nice. Stepping on the jab. Very nice. Very good, okay, nice. Okay, guys, pretty basic, but I want you to be thinking about ways that you can implement this, right? Mr. Howie has used this stuff in his fights. It works, right? It works really well if you know how to use it. So all the stuff that we're gonna go over today, he's used in fights, right? Hook kick included. So beginners, you just have to really focus on our step up footwork for our kicks. As we do intermediate advanced, you've got to start adding single jabs and double jabs from our super foot stance to get in position, okay? So what we want to see now is just step up footwork to set up our kicks, okay? Now we're just going to do this as a partner drill, okay? So Mr. Howie, what I want you to do, and I'm just going to stay facing this way. A lot of times so we can go back and forth, right? You can still go back and forth, but this is like probably Mr. Howie wants to kick with. I kind of want to kick with that leg too, so I would have to turn this way, right? And look, we can do this. We'll do this with both legs in some of the classes, particularly the higher you rank, okay? You want to balance that out. So what we do with our step up footwork, I want you to think about bouncing your foot off the mat, right? That's one idea. So as I step up, I'm trying to use that step here to help my chamber, right? Your leg weighs a lot. It weighs a significant percentage of your own body weight, okay? And you have to lift it up, and let's say you're having to defend yourself, so you're fighting somebody, right? Or it might just even be in sparring, and you've had a long day, you know, maybe had a football practice, and then you came to the gym, and then you did a class, and now we're sparring. And it's your last round, and you're tired. And lifting that leg up is not as easy as it would have been, you know, a few hours ago. So we need to think about these things. It'll allow us to strategize. Well, okay, I need to focus on that balance because I'm kind of tired right now, right? It makes all the difference. So, Mr. Howie, focus on the bounce. And I've heard some of the Superfoot black belts, I've been training with them, and we'd be training on like a carpet with concrete underneath it. And you hear them bouncing their foot up off the mat. It's like, whoa, okay? You don't have to, you know, bounce your foot up off the concrete. Nice soft mat here, but kind of, yeah, use it as a springboard, okay? So just give me that step up footwork and do the side kick, just the side kick for now, okay? And here's the thing, guys, the most important part of this is after you kick, get back in position, okay? We want to reverse that with pendulum step back to our side stance, our super foot stance. You will also hear this sometimes called a horse stance. It's kind of like you're riding a horse here, all right? So, Mr. Howie, just give me some good step up footwork and just touching my shoulder, nice. Touching your shoulder, good. We want to bring that knee up, and as soon as you touch, you retract it, right? It's almost like what a piston does to go straight in and straight out. So a side kick is a straight line technique, right? So when we do that side kick, we're going back to our base, right? That's good. Now, we're doing a step and then our other foot trails behind. Okay? We don't test on this, right? Probably would show you in class, right? But you could also just do the step up, right? And that's a way we also, like when I first started training, that was the main way we did it, right? Because we would just step behind and then kick. So the step up, then step behind is what we're really focused on this testing block though, right? But you might see us disguise that in class some different ways. So that was really good. We're trying to kick with our heel. If you kick with the ball of your foot, that's fine, but if you're kicking somebody in the ribs, it hurts way more if you kick with your heel, right? The ball of the foot, I like to use for snap, all right? So I think like cracking a whip sometimes, but my side kick, I think about that like a big stabbing spear, like I'm thrusting with it, right? So think, Spartan warrior there, or whatever helps you conceptualize that, but it's more of a thrusting technique. Now, in comparison, our round kick is gonna be more of a snapping technique, okay? Now when we do this round kick, when we kick the leg, look how we turn our hip over, right? Even, you can kick the head and turn your hip over like that. You kick the body, it doesn't matter. You can kick upward, sideways, or down, but the thing is my hip turning over. This round kick, your hip's not gonna turn over, okay? So when we do this step up footwork, same idea. I want you to think about the snap on the round kick, but we're just gonna keep our knee kind of slightly facing up, boom, and then back, okay? So we'll see that in class. We'll have you do it slow and controlled. We'll have you do it fast, and we'll just have you do it sort of at your combo speed, your own rhythm, and how you would use it sparring, right? So let's see this step up round kick, Mr. Howie. Nice, that was good. I felt the wind off that. Messed up my sideburns. Nice, that's good. So guys, where he's kicking me here is right on the back of the scapula, right? Like right on the back of my shoulder. I'm just getting back in position. Nice, very good. Okay. Now, there are two types of hook kick, okay? And we're gonna go over both of them. And the first one is kind of like a side kick, and it's the pull through hook kick. We'll have you do this in class on the bag sometimes with a partner, but I want you to plant your heel here on my shoulder, Mr. Howie, okay? And so when we do this in class, he's never, never did it one time where I was like, bro, that was a little hard. It may happen like that. Mr. Howie and I have done hundreds of these together, and sometimes we might miss or be something messed up. And say, hey, sorry, boom, on to the next one. It might happen, right? But focus on technique, balance, control, all right? So when you do the step up hook kick, I want you to plant that right there, and then we're gonna pull it through, okay? Now, guys, this is a really good one to do against the wall, all right? And because the wall will allow you to focus in on, if I'm here, I want that motion, right? A lot of times on the pull through, you want to kind of be honest with that motion, so to speak, right? You'll start pulling your hip through too early. So it's once you kick, you pull the hip through, right? So that's the idea. And then sometimes people might go here and whip with their foot and not pull the hip through at all, right? So those are just some mistakes we see and some things we want you to watch for and we'll be watching for as well. So let's see that step up, pull through hook kick. Good. Nice. Good, okay. Now, on the bounce off hook kick, again, typically I would have you do that on the scapula, but do that right on the front of my shoulder, okay? I trust you here. Typically, I would turn this way and he would bounce it off my scapula, right? But let's see here. Nice, bouncing it off. Boom, nice, that was good. Excellent. Good, one more. Very good. So you see the difference in pulling through and bouncing it off? So sometimes people have just a one dimensional viewpoint. They're like, oh yeah, the bounce off, that's the way I do it. I really like it that way, right? I like kicking people in the leg with that bounce off, right? The pull through is more difficult. We'll be, looking at the higher ranks to be more adept on the pull through hook kick. The bounce off is what we're going to teach everyone, right? So that's kind of the, we showed them in reverse order, the more difficult one. But again, remember, this is beginners, yellow, orange belt, and above, right? So, every student above that rank, you need to know these techniques, okay? So that's just our step up footwork, and then our side kick, round kick, hook kick. Now, combinations. Here's how we're gonna make this a combination. We need to be able to punch after we kick, okay? So, just like a lot of times we see combos where we're punching to set up kicks. This is gonna be kind of the opposite today, right? So, Mr. Howie, I want you to just do your step up footwork and a side kick, and then a jab cross hook, okay? So, step up footwork, a side kick, nice, good. Step up side kick, boom, jab cross hook, very good, okay? So, that's the basic idea. Then it's step up round kick. Go ahead, step up round kick. Good. Step up round kick. Good. Now step up hook kick, and we'll do the bounce off, right? I'll turn this way for you. So step up hook kick, bounce it off. Boom, and jab cross hook. Okay? Now let's just kind of alternate through this. It's always jab cross hook. And pretty much, guys, it's always side kick, round kick, hook kick. Right? Combos will always be centered around that, starting and ending with that. Okay? Having that, after some boxing or following boxing with that. Same things we're seeing today. Just gets, a little, the application becomes more broad, right? We start to see some strategy there, right? And, we can do that with these other, it connects these other things we teach you guys. Okay? So let's just do a step up side kick. And then we do jab cross hook. Good. Step up round kick. Step up hook kick. Step up side kick. Round kick. Hook kick. Good. Okay. So those are our combos, right? You need to be able to throw that jab cross hook after any kick. Side kick, round kick, hook kick, okay, from that super foot stance. Now, other combos we need you to be able to do, just like our tie counts we were doing last cycle, right? You do cross hook. Sometimes we'll show cross hook, right? And the more you get into later combos, that's how it goes, okay? And that will be connected. Oh, man, it's like the tie counts, like right to right and left to left and stuff like that. You'll see that with the side kick, cross hook, round kick, things like that. Okay, so this is how this really kind of telescopes out. Let's look at our turnout hook now to set up just the side kick, okay? And we're, again, likening back to that principle we mentioned earlier. If you want a side kick, you have to be sideways, right? And again, I want to be sideways in the pocket. You stand in a good, kind of kickboxing, Thai-based sort of MMA, right? Here, all right, you ready to fight, Mr. Howie? Okay, boom, go. Boom, right? He's nice to me there. Because if you're sideways and you kick the leg, it hurts way worse, right? It'll bruise your hamstring. So again, we use this like when I'm sideways. Look how far away I am from this guy, right? So, ding ding. Can you kick me? No. So I want you to always remember that. I don't stand too close to you because then you'll get kicked. Mr. Brown, Mr. I said to do this and then I got kicked. No, always set it is a further away range, okay? So just kind of remember that and it'll help you a lot. So jab cross, turn out hook to hit sideways and side kick. Jab cross hook. Nice, good. And we're doing, that was a good super foot jab coming there from your base. Nice. Couple more. Very good. Okay. Now, do we want you to be able to throw a round kick or a hook kick after that turnout? Yes, right? And we'll, as we go through the ranks, you know, we'll be showing that as well. You may be a green belt in a class with a yellow belt, and you know, you're both doing some of the same combos, right? And we want that. We don't want this, you know, to be the first time you've seen it in whatever rank you are, right? Go through that the next time. Oh yeah, this stuff's, yeah, I remember when we did this, yeah. And two, we're kind of always doing it, right? You know, Mr. Howie and I teach a class together, and we work these in on the bags and the warm-ups all the time, whether we're working on the super foot kicks or not. We're always doing side kick, round kick, hook kick. Like we're always doing tie kick, switch kick, front kick, right? It's all the kind of other three kicks that go together. We're always doing knees, right? So that is it for the beginner, right? We'll be back going over the intermediate and the combinations that we're going to be covering there. All right, we're back to go over our intermediate techniques for this testing cycle, okay? We're still working from our side stance, and we're gonna start getting into really using that super foot jab we talked about in the beginner video, okay? So all the ranks, we need to know that super foot jab. So normally we throw a jab from here, right? The super foot jab, a little further away, we get in with it with the step, right? We can lean forward with it. We don't wanna do that too close. We get kicked in the leg, and then you would think we lied to you, but we're telling the truth. This is really good stuff, and it works even in fights, even in combat sports, okay? So we want to set this up by stepping in with the jab to set up our kick, okay? So our first kick we're really focused on this cycle is the side kick, or this set for the intermediates, okay? So I want you to step in on the jab, boom. You're gonna throw your side kick. And just like with our tie counts, we're gonna do a cross hook. That hook's a turnout hook though. Our first combo is gonna be a side kick at the end. All the combos are the same. The only thing that changes is what kick occurs at the end. That's the theme for pretty much everything we go forward here. The advanced ranks, the junior black belts, you'll be seeing the same thing. Kind of just either a single, double, or triple jab at the beginning, and setting up your side kick, round kick, hook kick, and finishing with your side kick, round kick, hook kick, okay? So let's kind of get into that. So Mr. Howie, you're just gonna, from a good super foot stance, step in on that jab, and let's go side kick, cross, turn out hook, side kick, okay? So step up on that jab, side kick, cross hook, side kick, very good. Step up on that jab, side kick, cross hook, side kick. And guys, look how I'm holding my hand up here for Mr. Howie. Say he's got me to block. That's getting my hands hot, right? So he's getting that jab from out here, boom, putting it in my face. Oh, you'll see people do that a lot, right? When they do that, they're not defending themselves. They think they are, right? But we're using strategy. That's what's opening the body up, okay? So that was great on the side kick. Let's stick with the side kick. Finish with the round kick now, okay? So give me that good jab, step up, side kick, cross, turn out hook, round kick, good. Okay, again, jab, side kick, cross hook, round kick, very nice. Now, last one, hook kick, okay? On this hook kick, we're gonna do the bounce off, and just kind of bounce it off the front of my shoulder here. What I'm gonna do, this is more of an advanced technique. We don't really go over the curriculum, but Mr. Howie and I, we have to go over it in like the black belt program, right? So here, like sometimes we'll lean back and we'll pull our shoulder up a little bit. That'll protect my head, right? So I've been doing that without talking about it at previous points in the video when Mr. Howie's kicking at me. I know if I can lean back a little bit and pull my shoulder up, he's not gonna get me, right? Typically in class, we'll be doing this on targets, right? I can hold mitts for this, clapper targets. We might be doing it on the bag. All these combos, we'll see that, okay? So step up on that jab and then that cross, side kick, cross hook, hook kick. Nice. Good, okay? So pretty simple, right? All we need to focus on is just remembering, like, okay, single jab, I'm stepping from further away than normal, I'm coming in, I'm in a different stance, and I'm throwing it from down here. That's the big difference, right? So it's like something we really want you to work with, because it's a big part of the test to be able to see that you can do both jabs, to be able to see that you can defend yourself from here and that you can start turning sideways too and be a little further away, right? From that perspective, you can kind of intercept people as they come in also with your side kick, with your round kick, with your hook kick, and use it defensively instead of having to always attack, okay? Now, let's see our kicking combination for intermediates, okay? That's gonna be a side kick to the body, a mid side kick, and then we're gonna re-chamber for a high round kick, okay? So what we'll do for this, Mr. Howie, I'll use our friendly prop back here, Mr. Clapper target. So guys, the clapper is just another tool that we use, like focus mitts, tie pads, the shields, the heavy bags. With this target, he's gonna use this on his second kick, okay? So let's give me that mid side kick, boom, and then step up round kick, okay? Again, mid side kick, boom, step up round kick. Good, okay? So there's ways that we can work on this in class, and we'll show you. But things like, hey, Mr. Howie, yeah, go ahead and take your gloves off. We're gonna do this in like for our Superfoot bite belt testings. We had to do this, right? So hold here. All right, I'm facing this direction. I'm going here, and like I said earlier, we might do a slow kicking version. There's my side kick, pulling it back in, tucking it. There's my round kick. Boom. Okay, so might be fast, right? We do this all the time against a wall, against a heavy bag with a partner, right? We have enough room and bags and things to lean on. We can typically do it without a partner. But like the bite belt testings and stuff, just with a partner, right? So those are the techniques that you need to know. So you got the boxing techniques of Miss Cora. You know, you need to know those variations of the single, double, triple jab and where to put the cross and when, right? Also, these are kickboxing combinations, and then unique, we have a kicking combination. Here's the thing on that kicking combination that's special about it that you don't see on our other combinations. Mr. I did put his leg down between kicks, right? So then you can start getting into faking with this to go from one to the other, right? Like if people move back and, you know, like, oh, they went here like this, look at what they're open for the round kick to the head, right? Like, oh, they got me on that side kick last time, right? So you can use that in that regard, all right? So we'll be back with the advanced techniques after this. See you guys then. Okay, guys, we're back for our advanced kickboxing techniques, okay? So with this set of combos, we're starting with a double jab, right? We're stepping on every jab, right? Instead of setting up the side kick first, obviously you could do that off a double jab, you know, and you will because you got to know the previous set of techniques. But we're doing the round kick first, right? And we're gonna go cross hook side kick. Then we'll do, all right, we'll do my round kick first again. So I'm gonna do cross hook round kick then, and then cross hook kick after that, okay? So let's just see the double jab real quick, Mr. Howie. We showed this in the beginner video, but step on that jab both times to kind of dial in the range for that round kick, okay? So go jab, and then getting in there on that round kick. Jab. Good. Yeah, just touch that glove right there. And if I was blocking his kick, like, you know, it's advanced ranks, like just like we do with the tie counts once you blocking kicks and stuff, right? If I was blocking his kick, we teach in self-defense this idea, right? Or it could be this idea, right? But the idea, if either one is touching their leg, right? That kind of derails the kick before it makes contact, okay? So that's an idea on if you're shielding, right? You'll see different blocks we may show in the advanced junior black belt techniques where we're doing the same thing going under our arm, okay? So just different sort of postures where we see that parrying the front kick, right? So see those elsewhere. Now, double jab, step up round kick, cross hook, side kick. That's our first combo. Okay, so jab, jab, step up here, cross, turn out, side kick. Very good. Jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, turn out to the body. And see, just all your stuff you were doing, I was like, and then you kick me in the body. It was like a trick. It exactly, I was thinking, I'm like, oh man, he's punching now, get up here, defend this. Oh, we round kick over here. And then this is just wide open, like a buffet, right? So that's really good. Now, let's do that jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, round kick. Cross hook, round kick. Turn out on that hook every time. Jab, jab, step up, cross hook, round kick. Nice. Good. Okay. So, hook kick. All right? So it'd be round kick, cross hook, finish with the hook kick. Okay? That's our last combo. Then we'll show our kicking combination. Right? So again, it's just 3 combos, but you've got your boxing combos in this Cora, right? Your variations of the single, double, triple jab, following up with the cross. You've got your 3 kickboxing combos here, and then a kicking combination. So, you know, if you're advanced, and kind of the preceding combos as well. So you get to kind of, you know, really show your knowledge of this stuff as you go through the ranks and really do some cool variations. Okay, so let's see that triple jab, or I'm sorry, double jab again, and then step up, round kick, okay? Jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, and then just touch on the shoulder there. So we're doing hook kick now, yeah, we're good. Boom, there you go, nice. If you're like, oh, I don't want to kick you in the face, I appreciate that, okay? So jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, hook kick. And the same thing I say in the other video, I'll probably do like this or something, right? If, you know, you could do it this way. I might be saying the side stance too. You could do it that way, but then you round kick him in the face, right? Whatever, okay? So give me that jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, hook kick. Very good, nice. Jab, jab, step up, round kick, cross hook, hook kick. Very good. I leaned back a little too far on it, but that was, and I really like, so guys, look, we want to, when we bring it through, typically it goes this way, right? If you were testing for a superfoot black belt, that's all you want to really show, okay? But we teach a lot it coming down a little bit. You know why we show that? It might need to get into a different chamber for a different kick. So that's one place that you see it in the superfoot system. But to pull their hands down, okay? So if Mr. Howie throws a hook kick like he was doing and my hand's here, go ahead and do that. Boom. Right? And then he can go with his jabs, his crosses, his back fist, and things like that. Okay? So that can really, you can just stop somebody from wanting to step in on you too. Remember, we use this from a little further away. Somebody's wanting to step in, we can sort of clear the, you know, the funnel with our hook kick. Okay? So double jab, round kick, first kick in the beginning of all combos in the advanced, and then it's just cross hook, side kick, round kick, or hook kick, like it's been this whole, since the beginning, intermediate, advanced, the same. We'll do the junior black belt tournament, it'll be the same, right? Now let's take a look at our kicking combination. Okay, there's a lot of application on this. Like, we were just kind of brainstorming about some of it before we started working, filming on the video, right? And you can use this with different footwork. You can use it kicking the leg. We're gonna go with a body kick and then a head kick. Just keep it simple, right? We show this on the bag a lot, right? And if you get somebody fighting you here, that body kick may wrap around a little bit, right? It may be right here on the front of the body, against, like, right where their belt knot is at, right below their elbows, okay? So you see some different applications on that. We'll show some of that stuff in class, particularly to you advanced and expert ranks, you know, red and brown and junior black belts. Okay, so this is just gonna be a mid and then a high ground kick. You'll hear us say sometimes low high. It's a lot of people that did traditional martial arts in the 70s and 80s think like the original Karate Kid, if you know what that is, right? or Cobra Kai's predecessor, right? They didn't kick the leg for whatever reason in this country, right? So, but we love kicking the leg. Everybody kicks the leg now. So you might see some schools that didn't kick the leg then, they'll say low, and they mean actually a body kick, right? And we might say that too because we're not really going to emphasize kicking the leg this block. We do it so much with you guys. This is going to be all about kicking the body in the head. This would be a great place your flexibility can increase as well, okay? So let's see that low, then high. Good. Nice. Very good. So, one of our coaches uses this term, and it's a football term, right? Like a pump fake. Like the quarterback acts like he's gonna throw, but he doesn't, right? That can really fake someone out, okay? So, we can use that first kick like a boom, right? Like a lot of times when I use this sparring, I don't make contact with the first kick. It's like you see this? And then I whip it at him just like that and I pull it back. A lot of times it might make contact right there and just pester them, and then they start lowering their hands. You're gonna see that's a game that we're playing as we go through these combos, okay? So think about that. Think about your other kicking combination too, that mid side kick to the body, pulling it into the round kick chamber position. So mid side kick, high round kick, or mid round kick, high round kick. All right, we'll be back with our junior black belt stuff after this. Thank you guys. Okay guys, we're back for our expert combos, right? So if you're watching, tune in for this, you know how to do all of the beginner, intermediate, and advanced stuff, or hopefully you do, right? Would be calling this expert material if you weren't, okay? So, you know, this is, you know, you've really gone through the curriculum, you've developed, right? And this is just like one segment, one slice of it. It's almost like, you know, if you go through this program, it's like going through junior high or high school, or both, right? Because it takes years. So with this, we're gonna see longer combo with triple jab at the beginning. So that's 3. Right, and then we're gonna be hook kick, cross hook, and then we'll either go side kick, round kick, or hook kick. So I want you to think about this as, it's a 7 count, right? But I want you to think about it as, you know, you're building, right? You've got a lot of diverse combos just with these 3 kicks and 3 punches, right? You're throwing the jab in there too, right? We're doing cross hook in these combos, but we've seen just so much of the jab, the single, double, triple jab variations with Miss Cora, how we saw to use our super foot jab, and we'll see here, right? So that's how we're starting things, okay? So, but 3 punches and 3 kicks, like look how many different ways we can do it. It's remarkable, okay? So Mr. Howie's gonna step every jab, right? And keep your steps a little short and choppy in class and here, because here's the thing. There'll be times, let's say you're in a ring, it's 20 by 20. And you want to drive that person into the ropes. That's, you know, you step 3 times and you've done that, right? So, you know, we're going to try and stay within the frame of the camera here. And 2, we have to worry about, even the gym's huge, but in class, we might bump into each other, right? So, you know, I'm a little further out, right there, okay? And I'll back up a little bit for Mr. Howie, so he has the range, right? And think when you start punching people, they're going to back up a little bit. When that happens, don't run into other groups, or the bag, or the wall, or the bag rack, or the mirrors, or any of that, okay? So when we do our hook kick at the beginning, we're pulling it through. We'll bounce it off on the kicking combo at the end, but we're pulling it through. Let's start with this kind of slow and technical, Mr. Howie. So you know, think about it like a single and a double to score your triple jab. So jab, 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 right? And get that pull through hook kick, cross hook, and side kick. Very good. Do that one again. Jab, jab, jab. Pull through, cross hook, side kick. Very good. Now, same thing, but with be a round kick at the end. Okay? Jab, jab, jab. There, cross hook, round kick. Very good. See? So I got right there and I was just able to go right here. Nothing fancy, and he didn't kick me in the head. Right? I mean, he kind of did, but it's on my glove at least. Okay? And again, self-defense, you've seen this on you've got to double that up. Right? It's not enough if I don't have the glove on. Okay? So let's remember that. Okay? Let's do that again, finishing with the round kick. So jab, 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 step up hook kick, cross hook, round kick. Very nice. Now we're gonna do a hook kick to finish. A hook kick to finish. It'll be hook kick, cross hook, hook kick. Triple jab. Jab, 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 hook kick, cross hook, hook kick. Nice. Expert ranks, junior black belts. If you want to do the bounce off at the end on that combo, bonus points. 10 points for Gryffindor. Okay? So we need to see you doing that stuff. We need you, this level. I want to see you doing the stuff you always do, right? Good movement, you know, economy of motion, combos, technique, all that. But the little things like stepping punches, getting angles, right? Maybe we'll do a bounce step, okay? And we'll see that here in this block as well a little bit, okay? So I want to see you apply these with some different application, okay? So let's look at the bounce step. The bounce step is our second big piece of footwork. Third, you could say, if you're talking about the turnout hook, is footwork, because it is, okay? We got our step up, we got our turnout, and then the bounce step, okay? So that bounce step, it's like a jumping jack. We call it all the time the jumping jack kick. So we need you, junior black belts, to be able to do this kick, any of the kicks with this footwork. Okay, so side kick, round kick, hook kick. And sort of, here's what it looks like. It's kind of, you know, you face me and I'll face this way, and we're just kind of here and then boom. Right? So that's what we'll do in class a lot with the adults, is we'll be sort of going like here and then do boom, boom. So, you know, that's how we can do it. And sometimes you're just going to do that to adjust for range. You're going to do it in place of the turnout hook. You're going to do it in the pocket. You might do it to go back. You might do it to go forward. It's like our switch kick. Right? I always think about the switch kick when I do this, because I use my switch kick to get angles, to go forward, back, side to side, etc. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the bounce step. And we're going to throw a jab periodically, 1, 2, and then we're going to do something called the fickle finger of fate, right? And you see how I raise my hand up like this, still holding it up? Because when you raise your hand higher, their hands will come higher, right? So just like with Mr. Howie threw that round kick to the head, I was like, oh, right? He got me to bring my hand up. We've been talking about this whole cycle, right? You get them to bring your hands up so you can deliver that nice side kick to the body, okay? So what we want to see with this is just kind of a good rhythm, super foot stand, jab, jab. And then when you get ready to do that third jab, boom, right there, okay? So, Mr. Howie, on the third jab, please, give me a good bounce step, and let's just do a side kick, okay? I want to see you guys be able to do this footwork. You can do any 3 of the kicks. We're just going to show the side kick like we did at the beginner, the turnout hook, okay? So, that bounce step. Good. Oh, take me out, right? Do that one more time. Hey, and 2, I'm not gonna make you hum, but sometimes it helps. And the guy we learned this from, he'd be singing you a song while he's punching and kicking you. Hey, da, 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 right, and then, pop. Right? And again, we don't want to just fake the jab. The jab occurs on this plane. Right? Look how I'm embodying my face out on the camera, right? So that jab occurs in that plane, right? What I'm doing is this. You can't even see it in the frame there, right? Like the bottom of my glove is, so I want to raise it up, and when I do that, it gets them to go up more. It's a weird trick, all right? Let's see that one more time, okay? Good, okay? So bounce step. My favorite place to use this, last remark on this bit of footwork, is when I do like a turnout hook. Boom, 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 boom. I use it to dial in my range, right? Particularly on that turnout hook. right? Turnout hook, you should be in the right range, but you know what? Sparring, fighting, self-defense, it's dynamic. It means it's rapidly changing, right? And trying to spar someone, they don't want you to hit them. Well, that just made it harder, right? Like we're working with each other. Hey, Howie, let's get these techniques down. Hey, I'm gonna let you work this on me. It's not like that when you start going to apply it, okay? So, you know, think about some ways that applies to range. People are moving further away or getting closer to you as you do everything, right? They very rarely stay in the same spot. So you may have to adjust your range, and that's a big topic for this block. Starting further away, right? I'm getting in that perfect range for the side kick. I'm getting angles with my turnout hook, etc. Right? Last thing, we're gonna do our roll under round kick, right? So we're gonna do a bounce off hook kick, or roll it under to the round kick. This is our third and last kicking combination. And I personally like doing this one on the heavy bag, right? Whereas I like doing the pull through hook kick more on the clappers, right? Mr. Howie and I are talking about this. Like you can definitely do the pull through hook kick to the round kick. Junior black belts, we'll show you that in class, but we're testing on the roll under, okay? So we got plenty of work on the pull through. If you continue to develop, you're gonna get more and more exposure to that, right? We're about to have Bill Wallace in for a seminar. You know, he's been here multiple times. And he will show that, right? So let's do this bounce off hook kick, and then you're gonna roll it under from here, boom, right? So boom, boom. It's just, I remember when I was taught this, my coach kept going, it's here and here, with his hand. He was just doing it like that. And that motion, that U-shaped motion my hand is making, if you can make your foot make that motion, and for me, I had to start thinking about my knee making that motion when I was learning. It will really be beneficial to a hook kick. You're gonna find some contact to just really for a split second, find some balance on their shoulder and then roll under, boom, right? Like I was able to do it without even finding the balance, right? So it just bounce and roll. Like when you make contact, I bounce it off and roll it under, okay? Nice. Very good. Very good. All right. Again, bag's a little heavier than this. This is good. It was good. You make it clap and then roll under, right? But you may see this in all of these things. So we'll do them on partners a lot. We'll do them some on the bags. We'll do them some with the clappers, shields, etc. Okay. So there's a great overview of these of the Superfoot system techniques that we have in our system, and a great overview of just being able to fight from further range and use side kick, round kick, hook kick. Always there, develop them. If you're gonna test for a black belt in our system, you've gotta know them, right? And you know, we're preparing you to someday be able to test for a black belt in Superfoot system, right? So that's kind of the idea here, is why we want to prepare you for that. We do even more of this one night a week. We just focus on this stuff in our adult kickboxing class, right? It's a lot more than what we showed you here today, okay? So think about that, and let's know if you have questions in class, things that we can help you with, and good luck learning this. We look forward to seeing you show it at testing.